Americans have hundreds of billions of dollars in personal loan debt. And then there's a new study from WalletHub that shows North Carolina is one of 18 states that saw an increase just last year.
WCNC Charlotte's Jane Monreal is joining us to help us get ahead of this debt this year. So we're now left asking, where's the money, Jane?
That's right, Vanessa and Colin. If you're currently working through some debt, whether credit card or even a personal loan, you are not alone. We spoke with a local financial expert who shared some tips to chip away at that debt.
A new WalletHub study shows the average personal loan debt in North Carolina came in at $11,023 last year. That's a 2.78% increase from 2022. In comparison, South Carolina saw a 1.66% decrease in an average personal loan debt, coming in at a little over $8,000. Chris Hobart with Hobart Wealth says despite the increase in North Carolina, there's no need to be alarmed.
The good news is it's not like it was through the roof. It was an increase, a little bit more than last year, about 2.78% of an increase. Not really alarming because our actual number is below the national trend.
But why is North Carolina seeing higher debts? Hobart says inflation could be to blame.
So it means it costs a lot more to live these days than what people are actually bringing in.
He also says with a change in interest rates, people aren't adjusting their spending.
Interest rates as low as they have been the past 10, 15 years, it became very easy for people to borrow money without having a lot of restrictions.
If you have some personal loans you need to pay off, Hobart says you need some tough love.
We've got to be more disciplined, and we've got to change our spending habits first and foremost.
Hobart says if you're already in a situation where you're trying to manage your debt, there are resources available.
Other things to consider in a case like this would be debt consolidation. How can you pull in more of your debt at lower interest rates and try and fix that interest rate to a lower rate, specifically while interest rates are so high?
Now, for those of us who are visual learners, Hobart explained how much money you end up spending when paying off debt with a high interest rate. You can watch that digital extra on our WCNC Charlotte app. But I think really the lesson here is you got to revisit your spending habits and get that checked for the year.
I feel like it's really easy, right, to just say like, oh, we're going to spend less, but to actually crunch the numbers, right?
Right.
That's the tough part, and then to execute.
And to do it often, because things can change, right?
Things can change,
Prices
exactly.
can go up as well. So, great stuff.
Good reminder.
Jane, thank you so much.